it shows that there is really strong people-to-people connections here, which are being brought together through the growing middle class, through top quality products and free and open markets. And the opening up of the Chinese market has brought a lot of advantages to China and to the world. Along with this is obvious advantages for many countries overseas. One of those countries is Australia. The most influential event for me was when I was representing the Australian government at the 中国进口博览会 back in 2018, and I had the great opportunity to represent Australian businesses at this event. And this is where businesses from all around the world come to China to promote and to sell their products to China's consumers. And there's two things that really stood out to me. The first one is just how interested Australian businesses are in providing their top quality products to China's consumers. They've been working hard to produce these products, whatever they may be, services, agricultural goods, milk, for example, and vitamins. And what I also saw from the Chinese consumer side was that there's a great interest in Australian products, and they do really enjoy the top quality products that are coming out of Australia. So it shows that there is really strong people-to-people connections here, which are being brought together through the growing middle class, through top quality products and free and open markets. And I think that despite the situation that we find ourselves in now, I do hope that trade and business and people-to-people ties continue to lead the way in cross-border cooperation. Over the past 3 decades, China's growth has been described by the World Bank as the fastest and most continuous growth by a major economy in history. So this is in itself is a spectacular achievement. And since 1979, the opening up of the Chinese market has brought a lot of advantages to China and to the world. It's seen hundreds of millions of Chinese people being brought out of poverty. It's seen extremely fast growing middle class, and along with this is obvious advantages for many countries overseas. One of those countries is Australia. And it's a complicated question because there are positive things in many different ways, and perhaps there are also negative things as well. The positive aspects of this growth, for example, in 2007, 2008, 2009, China's economy was very much an infrastructure-led economy, which meant that they were buying a lot of iron ore and resources from Australia to help grow that economic model. And as we know, the global financial crisis was also one of the major historical financial events of that time, and it really helped Australia to guide its way through that crisis very well, and we didn't actually fare as badly as many other major Western economies. Since 2010, that model has tapered off a little bit, and I think that the Chinese government has been implementing more consumer-driven growth models to put the economic growth on more of an even footing, so it's not so volatile and it's more sustainable. However, with this growth, that has opened up more opportunities for Australian products and services. So we have seen huge growth in the market for international Chinese students here in Australia. The education sector has benefited a lot, and also Chinese students have benefited a lot from being able to come here and study. Also, the Australian food products, dairy, powdered milk, more luxuries like wine, chocolate and vitamins, all these kinds of things have experienced huge growth because of China. And I think both countries have benefited a lot from this. What we see today is that both countries are very much economically intertwined. Well, Australia is a lot more economically dependent on China because we export around 30% of our exports to China. And this means that in the case of external shocks, this can damage Australian exports. And so with the obvious opportunities that we've both enjoyed over the past 3 decades, there are some alternative effects that we didn't quite consider. But I think overall, the incredible growth of China's economy over the past 3 decades and Australia's ability to really get involved, help, and also benefit from this growth has been spectacular. 祝大家身体健康，万事如意。